Well, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please subscribe. It's down there somewhere. I would love to have you here on a regular basis. Let's get to the knife on the table. This is a Tepe Designs Twosun. This is the 262, and this is a really cool knife. I love this thing. Sean sent this thing along for us to take a look at. I am very grateful for that. It has a marvelous titanium backspacer, all carbon fiber. It is a front flipper, which I'm really starting to like. I didn't for the longest time, but the more of these things I have in hand, the more I really enjoy it. I love the blade shape on this thing. Look at that. Now, it is all titanium. It does not have liners in it. It has only the... Well, on this side, as you can see, it is a liner lock, and so there are 3 screws hidden underneath the pocket clip that hold the liner in place, which I think is very cool. It is real carbon fiber. It has a lanyard hole, if you're into that sort of thing. There you go. Okay. Excuse me for a moment while I stop my dog. Ah, the joys of pet ownership. Sorry about that. Let's get back to the 262 here. Let's see, where are we? Okay, so it does have a hole cut out in the blade, which you can Spidey flick with if you're interested. I love the grind on this thing. Now, it is M390, and it is really, really slicey. But, of course, that's what Twosun does. They make knives that just cut like crazy. The handle shape is very similar to, not the same by any stretch of the imagination, but similar to many of Sean's other designs. And I'm okay with that because it is very, very comfortable in hand. This is an excellent work knife. And I've done just that with it. I have cut everything that you usually cut with a knife, plus some other stuff, including some seatbelt material. M390 has held an edge exceptionally well. This is a great pocket knife. Now, a lot of channels don't review Twosun, and I don't blame them. These things are a pain in the excuse me, pain in the butt to get. They just are. And I wish that wasn't the case because they are very well done. Now, you can get them at White Mountain Knives, and I will post the... let's be off center a little bit here. I will post a link to White Mountain Knives in the description down below. The other way to get them is eBay, of course. And that's kind of why I stopped collecting Twosun, because when I want to buy a knife, I want to buy a knife. Right? I don't necessarily want to have to bid on it and wait and see if I got it, and then I don't find excitement in that. It is a business model that is working for them, but not me. Now, luckily, as I said, White Mountain Knives does carry some of their stuff. If this is available, I'll definitely post a link directly to it. If not, I'll just put White Mountain Knives in the description so you can get there and take a look and see what they have. Sean makes great knives, and I've realized that I don't have any more of his stuff on the table, which makes me a jerk. Hang on. All right. He does stuff like this Twosun, which I cannot remember the number to save my life. It's the other problem with Twosuns. But I love this knife quite a bit. This one happens to be an S110V, but you can see the family lineage in the handle shape, right? For sure. And then, of course, well, there's that. God, I love that knife. Anyway, Sean makes beautiful knives. He just does. He has an excellent eye for design, and that is very prevalent here in the 262. You may not love the Wharncliffe blade here. That's, well, sort of sheep's foot, really. But the way that it's angled, which is away from the blade, you can get it flat on a cutting board, which is really nice. That is just thoughtful and excellent design. Action, of course, is... You know, it's Twosun, so it works very well. This one's a little dry. This one doesn't belong to us, so I'm not doing that too much to it. A little bit of jimping back here on the backspacer for looks, really. I mean, if you're holding the knife this way, it does make sense, but you don't hold a sheep's foot that way. Anyway, the pocket clip is titanium, and it's milled out. It's got some milling lines in it. It's got good spring, good ramp. Very light because it's all carbon fiber. Let's go ahead and get the measurements out of the way, and we'll do our standard size comparisons. The blade is 1-2, just at 3 inches of cutting on 3.5 inches overall of M390. The grip area from behind the swell is 1, 2, 3, 4 full inches. But of course, if you add in this really generous choil, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full inches. So you can grab this knife all over the place quite comfortably. The carbon fiber is chamfered down so that there are no sharp edges anywhere on this knife except right where you want it, which is a really nice feature. The knife overall is just at 8 inches, which is a really good size. Let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. Let's break out, pardon my arm, let's break out our old friend the bug out. As you can see, it is considerably larger than the bug out. And let's see, what should we do? Oh, let's do something a little different. This is the ZT-0308. And as you can see, it is much smaller than that, but in case you don't know that knife that well, here it is against the Adamas. Right. So the 262 here comes in just in between a very large knife and a very small knife, and lands comfortably because of the handle size in a range that will suit a lot of people. I am so happy for Sean. Excuse me, let me get these out of the way. He has continued to produce gorgeous knives. Things like that Hornet 2 that I showed you, and the other Twosun, and a bunch of Twosuns now. He's found his groove, and I am very happy to call him friend, and I do. And very happy for his continued success. He just makes excellent pocket knives. Let's get some specs out of the way. All right, blade at its thickest. Yep, sort of traditional Twosun, 4 millimeters. The handle itself is 13.1 millimeters, which works out to be just over a ½ inch. Closed profile on this, because it's a front flipper, it's a little fat down here at the tail, but we're still coming in at, you know, if we line it up, we're at what, 1.25 inches at the very thickest. Closed length on this thing, 4 3/4 inches, so almost 5 inches. So this is a nice long knife. I love how low profile the front flip on this thing is, right? It's just this corner, but it's jimped out in a way that really works. And of course, it works every time. Now I have practice, some of you may not, but you know, front flipping, not for everyone. I'm really coming to like it. I love that this is a liner lock, right? I really do. I love that they're stretching themselves that way. I said it's light. Let's find out how light. Doo-doo-doo. 3.6 inches for a 3.5, yeah, 3.5 inch blade. Is that what we landed on? Let's measure that out again. Yep, 3.5 inch blade. So we are right at that ounce per inch that a lot of people like for their EDC weight. Sean, I think you got a real winner here, brother. If you ever watch this. I really do. This is an excellent work knife. It is. Because of the sheep's foot design, the fact that the blade is lower, I mean, if I lay it out flat, you can really see it, right? The blade itself, if we lay that along the cutting line, which we call that line, the handle comes up and away, which, like I said, means you can use this thing from everything from food prep. I mean, with no belly, it's not really built for it, but you can absolutely do it, to nice long push cuts. It's great for draw cuts. This is a superb design. It really is. And I guess that's where we're going to wrap it up. This is the Twosun TS262, another Tepe Designs built by Twosun. I hope you've enjoyed this look at it. I know I've enjoyed having it and sharing it with you. Thank you so much for your time today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.